that has made headlines for the past couple of weeks. Remember, today will be the 7th time the Senate will be sitting to seek a middle ground or to a compromise on this particular issue. But in the middle of this debate, in the middle of whether counties are going to lose or gain in terms of population, there is that conversation about services grinding to a halt in all the 47 counties. This because Treasury says that there is no legal parameter or actually a legal ground for them to disburse any funds for the financial year 2020-2021 to the counties, and thus the governors from different counties are stating that, look, we are not able to get services, we are not able to give services, people and our salaries are not being paid, thus Mwananchi will be affected. And today we want to make Mwananchi understand what exactly this stalemate at the Senate means to them, that mama mboga at the market and that person who is seeking services from hospitals in counties. What exactly does it mean when actually the Senate is not able to come to an agreement in regards to this particular issue? Remember, there is a pronouncement from the Supreme Court that came early this year that said that should there be a stalemate in terms of revenue allocation, then 50% of the budget for the immediate previous financial year should be disbursed to the counties. This means that 50% of 316.5 billion should be disbursed to counties, because that was the budget for devolution in the financial year 2019-2020. But let me get to business with the governor of Nyeri County, the Honorable Mutahi Kahiga, to get to understand what exactly this means to Mwananchi. A stalemate for the 7th time at the Senate. What does Mwananchi need to understand? Because we always see our arguments, a Senator Kangata bill, a Senator Sakaja bill. But what does it mean to me as a Mwananchi governor?
Thank you, Ibrahim. I need to say it is really unfortunate that we are in this situation. We are in a situation we were in a year ago, where we had again a stalemate in the sharing of revenue. And I would want to make it very, very, very clear that at the end of it, it is Mwananchi who is suffering. As we speak today, I have not been able to pay the workers of Nyeri their salary for June. For July. For June, really, yes, because the money was held back. As we speak, I owe them money that I should have paid them. They are usually paid between the 25th and the 30th. What does that one translate into? There is a ripple effect. I pay in excess of about 250 million Kenya shillings as salaries to my people. They pay their bank loans. They pay their mama mboga. They pay for milk. So as we speak now, these are a very, very, very annoyed lot of people working in Nyeri. And so it translates in, number one, you will get very poor services because they can't understand why they have not been paid. They know that it's not the governor's fault because, as we speak, Treasury owes me 600 million worth, that is money that I should have received at the end of June. It didn't come, but I was lucky I was able to pay the salary of June. I am now stuck at July. I cannot pay July because in the first place there is no budget. The budget is there prepared, but there is no money. It is not actualized. There is no DORA. There is no KARA. When I talk about DORA, is the division of revenue allocation, and also KARA is the sharing out of the revenue. So really, as we speak, we are grounding this country and this county into a halt. As we speak, we had rolled out projects worth about 1 billion Kenya shillings. I was only able to pay 586 million out of the 1 billion. And so I still owe contractors in excess of 350, 380 million Kenya shillings. These contractors spent their money to do our roads, spent their money to do our buildings, spent their money to give us services. They had hired people. They have not been able to pay them. And we are stuck here simply because there is no agreement. And I want to say this, that yes, we can have our own political fights, our pushes and pulls out there, but I think it is important that we ask ourselves this question. Do hospitals in Kenya have drugs today as we speak? Do we owe them some money that they are not even able to purchase drugs and bring them to our facilities? So as there is a push and pull at the Senate, I want to ask the senators to put before themselves this question: are Kenyans getting services as they should in an independent country 50 years after independence?
Yes, Governor, yet we heard from Treasury CS Ukur Yatani yesterday, much as he released the budget for June, 29.7, the money for June, 29.7 billion, that we expect, of course, will not come to the counties immediately, say in a week or 2 weeks' time. Yet the same CS says that there is no provision in law for him to disburse any other funds for the financial year 2020-2021. Yet again, there is a pronouncement from the Supreme Court that at least 50% of the previous financial year budget should be released to counties. What message do governors have? Because that pronouncement from the Supreme Court came from a petition where all the 47 governors had actually challenged at the Supreme Court.
I think it would not be right for CS Ukur Yatani to just think that an advisory of the Supreme Court is a pedestrian advisory. That is the highest court. We went there just to get their advice, and they did give it. And it is so clear. It says in the event of a stalemate, yes, we do not have a law, but the advisory is that counties and even national government. It is important that people should understand that the law also does not allow national government to spend until there is a Kara and the Dora. They cannot spend. They have no right. And so let us stop seeing it. In fact, in such a situation, I would advise as follows. The Treasury should be a neutral arbiter holding national funds that are supposed to be shared between two arms of government. It's not that the national government is holding the money. It is Treasury. Should be that Treasury is holding the money and has to share it out to these two arms. As we speak, Ibrahim, there is a bill in Parliament awaiting approval that was brought to the House, really just putting in law and clearing out this matter that in the event of a stalemate like we are in, counties and national government should also be able to access 50% of last year's budget. I would want to urge the MPs, once they are back from recess, that should be the first bill they pass. We should make it into law, and then we move on. Let me also say this. Ukur Yatan, CS Ukur Yatan releasing the money yesterday, or saying he will release it in due course. We had a virtual meeting with the president, and he was asked to give the money by last week Friday. And we are surprised when we hear him talking of another 1 week. Let me also tell Kenyans that we will not be able to spend that money until we have to do now a supplementary budget within this new year, because we are in a financial year. And so what does that one do? It still continues to delay. It continues to make people suffer. It continues to make sure our hospitals don't have drugs. And this is pathetic, and really, especially now that there is COVID.
Your very final comment, and perhaps you can do this in a minute. I'll tie two questions. Yes. One, given that there's this current pandemic, COVID-19, how has that particular delay affected the county's fight against COVID-19? And secondly, how often does Treasury disburse funds to counties? Is it on a monthly basis? Is it on a quarterly basis? Briefly, Governor.
Thank you. The law demands that it does release the money monthly. Every month there is an allocation that is commensurate with the amount of money you have. So they give you the money, it is released monthly, but we got stuck at June, the money has not come. And I really pity for those counties that have not paid May, June and July salaries. Yes, the second thing is also, with COVID-19, yes, we cannot move. Let me put it this way. We have a situation where the IFMIS system is closed down, so you can't even do procurement because you have to access through that system. We also cannot access any money, even if we had our own, and I think that is a major problem. But we will continue to make do with what we have. But I would want to, let's not go to an eighth sitting. Let them agree. I have given and I want to be very fair.
Governor,
I want to be very fair. Yes, but I want to be very fair. We have 316.5 billion. It's not cast in stone. That is a figure that they can readjust to ensure that no county loses, and then we walk this journey together.
Thank you so much. Governor Mutahi Kahiga, Governor of Nyeri, actually breaking down what this means to you, the Mwananchi, even as the stalemate persists at the Senate. If for the 7th time today the Senate won't come to a level ground and agree on what formula we are going to use, then of course Treasury will still maintain that it has got no legal ground to disburse funds. That means that services that you are getting at the counties may grind to a halt anytime soon. Remember, this even as the Constitution mandates Parliament to ensure that devolution works. The Constitution actually mandates Parliament to ensure that counties never ground to a halt. That is actually the essence of the new Constitution of 2010. Brenda.
Karanja, thank you. So you've heard it from Mutahi Kahiga, the governor of Nyeri County. I'd like us to listen to what residents of Nairobi County, especially in Kasarani, have to say. Emmanuel To, good morning. Over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Brenda. It is a D-Day for Kenya, for Kenyans, and for the Senate as they seek to unlock the impasse that has been there